I always say, like, eat the elephant by parts. So just the main question is to do everything each day, not to postpone. You can do a little thing, but you need to do it today, not tomorrow, and not to postpone tomorrow to do like bigger thing. No, this is like really mistake.
Hey, welcome back to everyone to Elevate with Yoana Nin, a channel for women's empowerment, where I interview women that empower me, that have that wow effect on me. And so I bring them to you for one reason, so that after listening to these episodes, you might be driving, you might be taking a bath, you have a moment for yourself and say, wow, that was a really good non-scripted conversation. And I loved learning about this person's struggles, her joys, her, her journey in life. And I feel like I connect, and I feel like there's something amazing about how authentic the conversation was. And so with that in mind, Gala Glow is, wow, who isn't Gala Glow, if I can ask that? I've met Gala a couple of months ago, and I'm going to let her say more about her. But I can just say one thing. When it comes to empowerment, when it comes to strength, when it comes to positive attitude, and I mean freaking positive attitude, which I absolutely love, she is the woman. So meet Gala Glow. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Yana. I feel the same about you. I always tell my friends when I met you, you are like one of the few person when you can come and say, my soul wants to be friends with yours, and this is really important for me. And so with all the love, I would like to actually tell about myself, tell about my life, my journey, and empower women to actually live their life to the fullest and enjoy and give and like all the questions, but in the time. So who I am, who I am not, yes.
Who are you not? Question is better for Gala, I guess. I don't know. Both.
So I'm first of all, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I decided this would be the first role of me, not empowerment speaker, which would be the second. So I actually knew from the very beginning, from when I was born, that I would be an entrepreneur. I launched 8 businesses since I was 19, and I'm really in love in business ideas and so on. And I will tell the story later, but now about myself. So now I'm empowerment speaker. I know that I was born to do something like big in this world, and I define my mission as to be a catalyst for new world women entrepreneurs. So I want to show women an alternative way to achieve their business goals, not to be like overachiever, not to give, and postpone their life for later, but to have it all. Actually, this is the one word which actually describes everything, because you actually can have it all. You don't need to choose, and I am here to show you exact way how to do that. So I'm also a mentor for women in business. I'm a mother. I'm many roles. But ask what you think I need to tell.
To be very honest, I think that you have nailed it from the beginning, because you put there your vision, your mission statement. I know that most of you don't know, Gala is actually from Ukraine. I'm from Romania. She's from Ukraine. And so her story is really a palette of colors. But we were just talking before this interview. I think she's red. She's fiery. She's passionate. And so what I want to know, right, because this is, like you said, empowerment, and for women that don't have the the the, the courage to step out of not even their comfort zone, but literally, they're defined by fear at this moment. When they see someone so strong, sometimes a lot of women go, oh, this is too intense for me. I need to step back. I need to think, that I need to rethink, that I need to analyze. So, what do you think about this attitude? Like, first of all, and let me share for all of you girls. You know that there's war happening in Ukraine, and what struck me from the beginning with Gala was the fact that she does not identify herself with that. She brought her parents here, her husband stayed behind, her children are here. Now, this is not an easy move to come to a different country and, talking about serial entrepreneurship. I personally think that entrepreneur, being a immigrant, not even building businesses, being a first generation immigrant in a different country is the ultimate definition of entrepreneurship. And just being in a different location, in a different setting where you don't have, maybe your language, your atmosphere, your ambiance, your traditions, the people that support you, your community, is the I don't know what the word is, the max entrepreneurship. So to all of you that are watching this and are seeing, me and Gala, and just like she said, and you think, that's just not me. It's just, they are way stronger than me. They are way more capable or anything like that. It is not true. It is not true. Just like Gala said. So my question now, as I answered in a very long way, my question to you is, why do you think that some women fear this entrepreneurial world, or fear to just go for what they want, really want in their heart in this life? What do you think is the biggest struggle or the biggest fear that you see and you've seen as a businesswoman in Ukraine in your life?
Well, good question, Yoana. Let me think about it. I have been working with women entrepreneurs for 8 years now, so I'm helping them to start business, and I know everything you are talking about. Yes, we usually face fear, and the most and usually fear stops us. And I want to say that yes, it can be seem that I'm really have a lot of courage and I'm one of a kind, or we are less of the little of us, but I am afraid. So I want to start with that I am afraid. With all my new move, I am afraid. I have fear. And I want to share with the biggest fear of my life, what actually changed my my attitude, my life now. For it was when the full scale war in Ukraine started, and I faced the fear of death when it was all bombing and all the explosion, and I heard that, and I was just, oh my God, next time it could be me. And in that very moment, I was really afraid. But then, in several days, I was just sitting and thinking, okay, I am afraid, yes. But when I faced the fear of death, every other fear actually stopped to be important anymore. So I had a fear to build a global business, yes, to start a business, to extend my business, to start a new business, and to actually, first of all, to quit my good corporate job, and all these steps was lead by the fear, actually. But when I faced the fear of death, I'm just, oh my God, no, the life is so short, so it can be. It can end tomorrow or today, and all my things which I'm doing with my health to long healthy life can be not like important anymore because I can be dead tomorrow. And why? What is the at least one reason I need to postpone my life today? No, it is not reason. While I'm not dead, while my business goals is not like leading me to death, this is not like really scary. So I can do that. I wanted to live in America. I wanted to build a global business. I was afraid. I wanted it for last, 15 years. I was afraid and I didn't do that. And when the work came and I understand, oh, okay, this is only my fear. Okay, if I'm not, if I would not achieve any success, okay, I just move. I move forward. So I will not be dead. So when you understand the biggest fear, and when you understand, okay, what the fear, what would be like the worst end ever, you understand that, okay, still I'm not dead, still I am alive. Okay, let's try that because it can be no tomorrow. So talking about women, when I started my entrepreneurial journey, I would love one to say to me that everybody actually has fears. Everybody. When you go to the unknown, you are scared. And this is good. So you just need to work on yourself, how to not to avoid fear. No, you cannot avoid fear. You will be scared if you do something new and something challenging. But you need to understand how to face fear, how to go through the fear, how to actually have fear as your friend, as your challenging friend. Yes. So what this would be, I think this information would be the most helpful for me when I started the business.
Yeah, I think it's very important. What I see, right, is that there's a lot of energy blockages. And that could be generational blockage, that could be gestational, that could be an environmental blockage. It could be, so many. I see so many women that have these blockages, and they create their own ceiling. So it's like, you see all these memes or all these little videos on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, where there's like a child that's like holding on to dear life and the water is this big, right? But he thinks it's deep. And so it's all a mental thing, because ultimately fear is something that we create in our mind. And it could be a legit fear where we're afraid for our lives, like you said. That was something very real. It can get more real than a bomb potentially killing you and your children in the next minute. It's nothing you can control, but it's a real fear. Or it's an imagined fear. A fear of, but what if I drop the job, and what if I'm not, never gonna be able to make it in my dream job? What if I leave my husband, or I leave this relationship and I will never find someone else again like this? Or, what if and then it can also be cultural, right? I just, ultimately, I was just talking today with a good friend of mine who said, I am done with my marriage. And I said, congratulations. Most people would say, whoa, my God, you've been married, you're building a house, you're doing this. High five. How long did it take you? Oh, let's see. We've been talking about this for how many years? About 5 years. 5 years. You will never be able to get those 5 years back. So going to the question that I asked Gala, I think her answer is extremely valid, because there might never be a tomorrow. There might never be a tonight. And it doesn't have to be that as you see life and your physical death. But the spiritual death is even more dangerous than that physical death. Because when you die, you die. There's nothing else that you're going to feel, because you're dead, and great. It's actually, you're in a great place. But when you're alive and you're dead, that's a completely different story. When you're alive and you wake up and you go, oh, I don't want to go to work. I hate my life. You're depressed, maybe, right? Different types of depression. So for all of you watching me and Gala speak, it's an impromptu discussion. Nothing is scripted. It's coming from the heart, and you can do what we do without any problem. Do we fuck up? Oh, hell yeah. We fuck up every day. Do we face fear? Yeah. To be very honest, my son or my daughter have a fever, and you see this completely different person in me. I'm afraid. I'm working through that fear. Why am I afraid of a fever? I mean, I don't know. It's an actual body reacting. So I'm creating this in my head. So for you that are, all of you that are wanting to be successful, me and Gala met and we talked about, my plan, very well, or maybe you do if you know me. I'm running a different business. For me to step out of that and to start a life coaching business took a lot because, what if people are not going to give me business in real estate anymore? What are they going to think? They're going to ask, Yoana, are you still doing real estate? I mean, this is how we feed our children. We have a real estate company and this is how we provide for our children. So for me to step out of that comfort zone, out of that top producing mode and out of the units and awards and all of that and say, you know what? I have a different facet. I am also someone that I like, that is spiritual, that likes different things. I like holistic. I like talking about awareness, well-being and all that. It took so much. I was finding all sorts of reasons why I shouldn't record this. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that. Until one morning I woke up and I said, fuck this. I am who I am. I am going to become a certified life coach. I want to go into the spirituality realm. And yes, I am still running a real estate company. So Gala is still, Gala that was in Ukraine is still, but she's in a completely different continent, in a completely different country. She is starting from scratch. And so why can't you? Is my question. Why can't you? All right. So the next question, Gala. What are some of the biggest struggles though, right? So we know the war and that's very, very relevant to where you are right now. But what are the biggest struggles that you faced overall, right? Because I mean, again, you are who you are. You were always an entrepreneur and all of that. But did you have any cultural or generational struggles? What do you feel like if you really look in your heart, you're like, yeah, that's like a legit struggle that I really had to overcome?
If we were talking about my whole adult life, I actually had many things which I overcome, and and actually all my life I think that this is important thing to say, that all my life I was trying to find this alternative way of living. So started from I was born in Ukraine. I was born actually in Soviet Union, Ukrainian in Soviet Union. Then the Ukraine had this independence, and I was talking with my father last week about that we always had some struggle with our country, with starting our country, with all this crisis, one crisis after a second crisis, revolution, finance crisis, then war, then COVID, then full-scale war. So I've always lived in not stability. When I see life in America, I'm impressed how much you can do when you live in the stability, and when you are not afraid that your business would be shut down tomorrow, when you can lose everything tomorrow, today. And I know that I'm I'm more resilient than people who didn't face all that. And and this is good. This is my choice, and this is my my life, and my goal. But looking into my entrepreneurial and then my life in Eastern Europe all these years, I can say that I have a beautiful life. I had the beautiful life all my life there. I have a beautiful life here, and that was not about the overachieving or going over my struggles, or just about struggling. It was about my state. I always wanted to find the state where I feel happy. I like to have this pauses to just say, to sit and think, okay, what I want in life, what I want, what is actually success for me, why I'm here, why I want to start this business, or why I want to start another business. So what, and I'm not thinking about struggles. So maybe this is my thing, my like big thing which helps me to to survive in this difficult world. But I don't see struggles. So this is my secret. I will share with you all. I don't see struggles. I always, in every situation, I see opportunities. And I think this, I think that this is the way I um I, I am achieving what I want while enjoying that.
Yeah, because every struggle or every difficulty is ultimately something that can be handled. And it's something that if you look at with your different perspective, you're going to learn from, right? So what if something is not successful or it doesn't, whatever? We were talking to Gala because I said, hey, let's do something together, or maybe you can advise me because I'm not as entrepreneurial as her, as in my background and all of that. And we were talking about, clients, real life, like how many clients do you have and all that. And I loved something she said, about paying clients versus non-paying clients and like people that we work with and we learn. And she said, I have so many clients. And I said, that is awesome. Listen, you don't have to make millions of dollars. You can progressively, right? Start with something. And as long as you change one person's life, and I just posted that today actually on Facebook because I think it's very fundamentally essential for all of the women to understand that you want to look at how significant you are in someone else's life, or even bringing the joy that you bring in someone else's life. Like Gala, when I met her, said, I need to connect with you because you bring joy. You bring this really cool, like, you bring this child in me. I like talking like that. And, there's a connection there. You might not have it all the time with everyone, but that perspective and that just seeing the problems or the struggles as opportunities to learn and not think about consistently, oh my God, am I going to make money? Is this going to, it's always going to, the universe is always going to give you what you focus on. And it's going to expand it, whether it's positive or negative. Period. So thank you. I really want to thank you for that. Do you, by the way, have a favorite quote?
I can say that I have many of them actually, but I have this, I have one quote here, and this is good. Okay. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. And actually, this leads me all the time. So I know that who, if not me? Why? If I was the person who actually was born here from like many others, and I came here into this world, I feel the energy I have, I feel the power I have, I feel the mission I have. So how can I just screw it? How I can just sit and wait for, I don't know for what? So and then I understand that who, if not me, who? And then it leads me to all my like doing. Yes, each step you don't need to do like big step. I always say like eat the elephant by parts. So just the main question is to do everything each day, not to postpone. You can do a little thing, but you need to do it today, not tomorrow, and not to postpone tomorrow to do like bigger thing. No, this is like really mistake. So do everything today, but you don't want to do many of things. Okay, do one thing, but today.
That's right. And also don't, like you should, it's so beautiful how you say it in such a raw and organic way. In a way, like, who am I to screw up my own life, and also, who are we to empower someone else to have to tell us what to do in this life, while you can surround yourself with amazing people? That's a completely different thing. But you to put your own destiny, maybe this is something that we have in common, because as an entrepreneur, you are more open, right, to fuck up, to try new things, to not be necessarily afraid of, okay, putting yourself in the battlefield, right? So you're not. I was thinking, I have never been employed in this country since I came here. Never. And I also never, ever knew how much money I'm going to make next month. Never. Can you imagine? In 20 years, to never know, and still to have children, to buy properties, to invest. And it all boils down to what Gala said. It is all about myself. If I am not going to do something for my life, then why would I trust someone else? Not even my husband. For all of the women looking at this, I'm sorry. He loves me. I love him. But I'm not putting my destiny into his hands. My destiny with his destiny are beautiful together. But I am responsible for my fuck ups. I am responsible for my successes. I am responsible for my craziness, or if, I just, whatever happens in my life. So when you stand in that power and in this empowerment journey of your life, and you really look in the mirror and say, I am the change, like Gala said, that's when shift is going to happen internally. That's when you're going to say, I'm okay with how I'm dressed. I'm okay with how I look. I don't have to look awesome every single day. I'm fine with being myself and not caring about X, Y, Z and what their critique is on me, because fuck that. Nobody is perfect, but we are the way we are. So let's roll in this life. So I like that. My quote is, it's written actually by Anais Nin. I named my daughter Anais because I really like this author. And I knew that my daughter, if I will have a daughter, her name will be Anais.
Oh,
Yeah, way before I was even married, I knew. So the quote is, we don't see things the way they are. We see them as we are.
yes, yes, yes. I love that. Yes, 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 yes.
It embodies everything, right? Because if you are a happy, positive, joyous person, you're not going to continuously dwell into the problem, but you're going to see the solution. And ultimately, there is a solution to everything. And it might be outside of your comfort zone. It might be outside of your relationship, outside of the really good paying job that you're having right now, outside of the yachts and Gucci bags and all of that. It might mean to some of you going on a mountain and just sitting there with yourself for a couple of months and figuring out who you really are. That is a great successful step right there. So it took me a while, right, to figure it out and to just accept, hey, it's who I am and whatever, right? So Gala, I can only say that you are the definition of inspiration to me. And I, all of the women, right? Like, I interview so many amazing women, and they all have their story and their journey, and they're all, from university professors to doctors to channelers. I interview extremely powerful women, and I can say that they all have amazing journeys, but for some reason, the spark that I see in what you just shared with me right now, really, really, I feel like it's gonna touch a lot of women, because again, I think this is the biggest thing that I see, that because I've been here in this country longer than you. The biggest challenge for a lot of people, even though, like you said, they have such a great environment to propel and to grow. And it's not like in communist Romania or like in Ukraine, when you don't know when, like you said, the business is going to close. You consistently live in this fear mode that's not even self-imposed. It's imposed by the government, by the, the whole atmosphere. So it takes so much from your soul to rise up like a phoenix. It's hard. But here, there is a different culture, there's a different mentality, and it has a lot to do with the financial achievement. It's almost like we're putting an equal sign with I am someone, and because I graduated from Harvard, I have a postdoc from I don't know who. This is my job title. I make this much money. So it took me a while to realize that, and there's a big awakening. I love the fact, and that's why I said that I love the spark that you create. The new world has a lot of connotations, and it is really a new world because as a woman, as a spirit, above anything else, we are spirit and we're energy. And when we increase our vibration to a higher vibration, to a higher level, and we connect with ourselves, things start happening. So your spark and what you provided is priceless. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Yana. I wanted to add something from the all I am doing and for all the success thing which we're talking about. That I was trying for like last 20 years. I was working on finding this alternative way, and the success, actually, the meaning of success was was defined by me over and over again, and actually the financial success as well. So now I'm an author of the New World methodology of success, and especially like dedicated for women in business. And I can say that you need to understand your way of success, your definition of success, because for me it's not about the money. It's not about the Harvard graduation, good title, good job, and $1 million on your account. Actually, it's not about how much money you made. It's about your state. The success, actually, it is your state, how you feel each day. Do you feel joy? Do you feel meaning? Do you feel that you do something meaningful and you give the impact to the world? Do you have a meaningful connection? I have this, I don't know the English word. Okay. So do you have the people around you who you care about and who cares about you? Do you have love in your life? And when you understand that this is the main important thing, because I know many people who achieve every possible financial success, but they are miserable. You know that. You know the people. Yeah. And why I work with women, and I know that many of them, I just start to return them to the point of the start, because they I want this business, I want this business, this. I said, why you want so many things? Why? So what you actually looking for? What is the result of your result? What you will achieve by doing all that? And then we need to ask ourselves what I really want. And if I put myself on the first position, I understand that I love myself a lot. And I understand that everything is happening in my life is happening for me. I understand that I believe, I trust this world. And I want to do something good. And I want to feel good. I want to enjoy. So that's why we then start thinking, oh, okay, so you want to achieve that this is success for you. This is happiness for you. So, and then we're thinking about how to do this. Maybe you don't need $1 million. Maybe you don't need a Harvard education. Maybe you don't need all.
How many people, Gala, look at the people that live long lives in all these countries, in Greece, the blue zone and all of this, and eat and have the siesta and dance and have fun. Very honestly, I think that a lot of the very rich people, like you said, that are miserable, sometimes they envy the simple-minded people, the people that just are able to just dance and have a picnic at the park and fry some good food. And a lot of people that I met say, we love Europe. And why do you love Europe? Well, of course, besides the beauty of the everything, it's because people are so happy there. People are so happy. There's something, of course, there's a lot of hardship that they don't see because they go on vacation. But overall, I look at my parents, maybe even your parents, and then my, grandparents and all of these, even if they were working the land, they come home, they have that peace of mind, and they have a great, genuine conversation. There is beauty in simplicity. There is beauty in just sitting with yourself, like you said, right? Like I love that your business, first of all, focuses on why. You, I mean, like, yeah, I have millions of dollars. That's the honest truth, right? I couldn't care less, right? I have houses. I don't have mortgages back in Romania. I could go and live like a mega queen because like I don't need anything. I could just do my facials and my face and all that. And I still prefer a different life that's more enlightening to me and there's more interesting things for me within my soul. So I encourage all of you to, if you are opening a business or if you would like to open a business, to connect with Gala, to ask her. She has so many amazing workshops online. Ask her, pick her brain. Be open, vulnerable with her, and just go for what you want to do in this life. That's all. So I'm gonna end this here before my editing team says no more 1 hour conversations because I love talking, and so they're like, we need to edit this. They go, okay. Yeah. So thank you so much, Gala. I love you, and I can't wait to see you again. And mwah, send me a text message whenever you're available to meet. And happy Easter if you celebrate Easter this weekend. And I'll see you soon. Everyone, girls, comment, subscribe. Let us know how you feel. The episode is gonna air fairly soon. Podcast is gonna be there. So listen, be inspired, be yourself, be beautiful. And ciao, bella ciao.